So today let us start about again the new topic here it is. See, generally what we do guys, what is software testing? We discussed up to now the process of executing an application to find out the defect. Okay, that is what is software testing we discussed up to now. Now I'll give one more definition also. Okay, I'll give one more definition also guys. Right, I'll give one more definition also, guys. What is that? Nothing but a process of verification and validation also. One more definition also we can say that is a process of verification and validation. Consider here, guys, a process of verification and I can say not all the time. Sometimes we can expect questions of verification and validation and certification, guys. If you go for ISTQ certification and all, you will get we can expect some questions from verification. Some means at least one or two questions from verification and validation. So concentrate here. Okay, a process of verification and validation is called as what? Is called as software testing, guys. One more definition we can give here. Generally what we say, what is software testing is testing an application to find out the defect, or executing an application to find out the defect is called as what? Software testing here. Now generally what is the software testing? Again one more definition I can give, that is nothing but a process of verification and validation. Okay, a process of verification and validation is also called as what? Software testing. Now I think question coming into your mind, what is this verification and what is this validation, right? That the question comes, what actually this verification is and what actually this validation is, why it is combinedly called as software testing, right? Let me make it clear. So let me make it clear. Let's see here. Concentrate, guys. Yesterday I have given you one example. The same example I'll give you again. See here. See, I am a student. Okay, I am writing an exam. Okay, in the examination hall. After completion of an exam, what I do here, I'll verify my answer sheet. Right? Whatever I have written, each and every line and each and every page, I will verify it again. Before giving it to invigilator, what I do, guys, I'll verify all my answers and I'll verify, and then only after verification only I'll give it, and or else I'll submit it to the invigilator. Right? See example, I'm a student, I'm writing an exam in the examination hall and my exam is completed, and what I do after completion of my exam, I'll verify on all my answers. What I do here, I'll go to each and every page, right? I'll go to each and every page, I'll check each and every line, and I'll check all my answers. Means that means what I'm doing here, I'm verifying all my answers here. Okay, then after verification only I'll submit my answer sheet to the invigilator. Correct? Submit my answer sheet to whom? To the invigilator. So what my invigilator do, what the teacher after submission, then who will validate that one? Your professor or your teacher or your lecturer, whoever it is, that other person will validate your answer. Right? The teacher will validate your answer and you will verify your answers after writing the exam. Understood? Whatever you are verifying all your answers after writing exam is called as what? Verification. And whether you have written correctly or not, how many marks you're going to get, that how we can get that one? Your teacher will validate your answer. How? Whether you have written correctly or not, right? Your teacher will validate your answer. That is validation. Here what? Student verifies and teacher validates your answer, right? Student verifies the answer and teacher validates the answer. Clear, guys? Clear with an example what is verification and validation, guys? Guys, is it clear? Yes. Respond me, guys. Only few people are responding. Is it clear? It's clear with an example what is verification and validation. Simple thing, guys. Very simple example. Right. So this is what about verification and validation, guys. So first of all, what is implementation activities, guys? Yesterday we discussed, right? What are the implementation activities? We discussed about, right? Something like requirement gathering, right? After requirement gathering, what we do here? After requirement gathering, sorry, BRS and SRS preparation, right? After preparing, what we do here? Analyze, right? Analysis of requirements. Then what we do here? Project plan, right? After project plan, what we do here? Designing, right? What we do, designing. After designing, what we do here, coding, correct? Coding. After coding, what we do here, testing, and after testing we will deliver to the client and support and maintenance. This is what happens in the implementation activities, right? This is what happens in our implementation activities. For all the project, big project or small project, any company, whatever it company in the UK, US, or in India, whatever it is, okay? For all the project, these are the main activities, guys. Okay, what are they? Requirement gathering, then BRS SRS preparation, then analyzing the requirements, then plan, then designing, then coding, then testing, and then support and maintenance. Okay, this is what all for all the projects. These are the implementation activities, guys. So let me see. Let me say once again. I say that what is software testing here? A process of verification and validation, guys. Right? What is it? It is nothing but the process of verification and validation is called as what? Software testing. Okay, software testing here. Now means Kishore, just wait. I'll get back to you after completion of the class. Okay. What? Can you hear me now? Okay. Now see, listen, concentrate. See, a process of verification and validation is called as what? Software testing here. Okay. Now means, see here, developers, the business analyst, the project manager, designing team will verify the test, will verify their documents or will review their documents here. Concentrate here. See, up to coding part we can say it is verification, and we testers will do only validation, guys. Okay, up to coding part it is called verification, and we testers will do validation, guys. See, testers means what? We are going to test whether it is correct or not. That means we are just like a professor, just like a teacher, how we have given on what example I have given. That means what? Testers will validate your answers. Okay, testers will validate your answer. Consider it here. Requirement gathering to coding, that means same team review and same person conducts review. See, this person will prepare the requirement, gathers the requirements and prepare BRS and SRS document. Once he prepared, he will review his own document. Then the project plan. Okay, the project plan is prepared by whom? Project manager. Once he prepared, he review his own document. In the same way, after designing, once he prepared, he review his own document, own designing team. And coding. After coding is done, once coding is done, one development is done, he will check his own. Will check. I can say he will review or he will check his own coding here. Only testers, what they will do, they will validate the above parts here. Okay, what testers will do? Only the testers will do validation here, right? Only the testers will do validation. A simple thing I can say, from requirement gathering to coding, I can say it as an validation, verification, sorry. And from, one second, let me give an example here, guys. See, from requirement gathering to coding, it is called as verification. Okay, and after coding, it is called as what? Validation, guys. Simple thing. Let me write here. Let me write here, guys. So this is first one here. It is requirement, or okay, requirement gathering. Okay, next one here it is okay, BRS or SRS, right? And next one here it is after BRS and SRS, just you write just project plan here. Okay, and let me write it as here it is HLD and LLD design, or as designing, or whatever it is. Okay, HLD or okay, LLD design. And after that, what we do here, after coding, after designing, coding here. Then after coding, what we do here, we'll start testing. That is, first one is unit testing. Okay, and next one is an integration here, guys, integration here. And next one is an, after integration here it is system testing, right? After system testing, and the last validation part is nothing but UAT, user acceptance testing. So assume that, consider here, guys, consider here, from this part, okay, from requirement gathering to coding, okay, from requirement gathering to coding, it is called as what? Verification. Okay, here it is called as what, guys? Verification, right? Again, after coding, okay, after coding, this complete testing part is called as what? Validation. Okay, after coding, this complete testing part is called as what, guys? This is called as what? This is called as validation. That means what is software testing, guys? Both combination of verification to validation here. Okay, both combination of verification to validation here. See, who is developing the application? The same team is reviewing here. Okay, the same team is reviewing here. That is called verification here. And what once the developing is done, once the developing is done means that once the coding is done, the testing done is called as what? The testing done by this part is called as what? Validation. So let me give a definition, guys. What is verification here? Simple thing. It is a process of verifying the developing project is correct or not. Here still we are developing, guys. Is this under developing stage or developed stage? This part is under developing stage, guys. Okay, this part is under what? This part is under developing stage. That means still we are gathering the requirement, planning, preparing, designing. This is under developing stage only, and this is done after developed, right? Developed application here it is, that is developing application. This is still it is in process. Okay, this is already completed. Application development is completed this side. Okay, right. Simple thing, guys. Simple thing, guys. See, concentrate here. See, it is a process of verifying the developing project is correct or not. What is verification here, guys? A process of verifying whether the developing project is correct or not. Means from requirement to gathering, everything is going smoothly or not. Verifying. The business analyst, once BRS and SRS document preparation is done, he will verify. Okay. Project plan is done by PM. He will verify his document. HLD LLD design is done by designing team. They will verify their design. Coding, they will verify their coding. Right. That means the process of verifying an application, right? The process of verifying the developing project is correct or not is called as what? Verification. And a process of validating developed project. Here it is developed, right? Once coding is done means what? Our application is got developed, right? Whether the developed project is correct or not is called as what? Validation. So let me write the definition here, guys. Now tell me, guys, what is verification, guys, here? What is verification, guys? It is a process of, guys, tell me, let me give an example. It is a process of verifying what? Tell me, guys. Process of verifying, right? Verifying the developing project is correct or not. Okay, project is correct or not is called as what? Verification. And what is validation, guys? Tell me, guys, answers from you. Validation, guys.
Process of validating the developed project.
Yes, it is process of validating the developed project is called as what? Developed project is called as what? Is called as verification. Sorry, validation. It's called as validation. Okay, it's called as validation. And one more thing I can see. Once again, I repeat, the process of verifying the developing project is correct or is called as what? Verification. Okay. And the process of verifying the developed project is correct or not is called as what? Validation. Okay, it is called as what? It is called as validation, guys. Clear? So let me say one more thing, that is nothing but verification is also called as static testing, guys. Okay, verification is also called as static testing, guys. And validation is called as what? Dynamic testing. Okay, verification is called as what? Static testing, and validation is called as what? Dynamics testing. I'll write it here. It is also called as what? Static testing, guys. Okay, static testing, and validation is called as what? Dynamic testing. I think again one more question came into your mind. What is this static and what is this verification? Why we are given this thing? Simple thing. Why verification is called as static means, see, we can say that verification is also called as what? Static testing, and validation is called as what? Dynamic testing, guys. Why verification is called as static? Because see, from requirement gathering to coding, okay, from requirement gathering to coding, mostly all are documentation part only. See, BRS, SRS preparing, planning, HLD designing, these are all what? These are all documentation part only. They will stay static there, means changes will happen very less here. Okay, these will stay static here. That means what? Changes will happen very less here. Concentrate here. Changes will happen very less here. That means from requirement gathering to coding, okay, from requirement gathering to coding, mostly all are documentation part, and changes will happen very less. That means if something changes will happen very less, means what we call it as static, right? It is staying static. So we use the word, no, yeah, that person, she's staying static, means that thing is a static there. That means the changes will not happen in that thing. Mostly the changes will not happen in that thing. That means what? Static part it is, right? Verification part is completely a static part. The documents will not mostly change in the documents will occur very rarely here. Okay, changing the documents will occur very rarely here. So that part will stay as static here. Means stay like a stable, that one. Stable part here it is. So that's why we call it as static here. Right? In the same way. So while conducting testing, frequently we are going on finding out the defects, and again we are reverting back to the developers. Again they will give some changes. Sorry, again we will find out the defects. Again they will give some changes. Means finding out the defects all the time. So it's coming to right side here. Finding out the defect all the time. That means what is that? It is staying constant here, right? Is this part is stable here? No, this part will not stable constant, because it will not be stable here. Why? Because testing will make a lot more changes here, right? Always finding out new defects. We're getting new defects and new images and new defects and some new scenarios, new things we are going to get here. That means this part will not stay stable here. Okay, concentrate here, guys. This part will not stay stable here. So that's why this part is called as what? Dynamic test. That part is called as what, guys? That part is called as dynamic testing. See, verification is called as a static testing here. Why verification is called as static testing here? Because verification part will stay constant, and the part is documentation part, and it will be completely stable. That's why verification is also called as what? Static testing here. Okay, and validation is also called as dynamic testing here. Why? Because testing side will not be stable, will not stay stable here. All the time we find new defects and new scenarios, new implementations will happen. Okay, that means we find out the defects is called as what? It is dynamic thing here. That will not stable here. We find out the defect is called as what? Dynamic here. So that's what validation is called as what? Dynamic here. So guys, whatever the live project we discuss in the next further classes, that we discuss only validation, guys. We can't discuss the static here. That means we do only validation. Verification cannot be done with our live project. Okay, we do only validation with our live project. Already we have BRS and SRS document. Everything is ready with us. Okay, everything is ready with us. Coding is done, developing is done, everything is ready with us. Only we need to validate that application here. Okay, our live project we do only validation, guys, not verification here, right? I hope you understand what is verification and what is validation and what is static and dynamic, guys. Is that all you clear, guys?
Yes, Sapna, it's clear.
Yes, is that everybody is clear? I want answer from all you guys. Means just unmute at your end and ping me in the chat box, please. Yes, thank you, guys. So this is what about verification and validation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what. Yeah, somebody's asking something. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your response. So this is what about verification and validation, guys. So, and this is what about static testing and dynamic testing also. Okay, this is what about verification and validation, and this is about static testing and dynamic testing also. One second, guys. Let me open the documents here. Let me open the document here. Guys, 1 minute. I'll just stop sharing my screen. I'll just open one more document here. Just hold on for 2 minutes. Okay, I'll just stop sharing my screen. Just 2 minutes, guys. I need to open one document over here for you to show. Okay. One second, guys. Just 1 second. I'll just share my screen. Meanwhile, let me ask you the question, guys. Then can you please tell me what is verification? Meanwhile, I'll just ask the question, guys. What is verification? Definition, guys. Guys, what is verification? Definition, guys. What is verification? No, I just need to open one document here to show. That's what I'm searching for that. I've not downloaded that. That's all. Somebody just. So question, guys, what is verification here? Yes, yes. No, yes, process of developing model. Okay, but verifying with the mention that point as verifying here. Poonam or Subbu just. Yes, Balu, correct answer. Yes, guys, tell me. Yes, 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 Triveni. Yes, everybody is giving a good answers over here.
Yeah, it's a process of verifying the application what we are developing.
Yes, then what is validation, guys, and why it is called as dynamic also? I want answer like what is validation and why it is called as dynamic also.
So we are validating the already developed application, and also we'll have frequent changes in this. So it's
Yeah,
called as
Ramya,
dynamic.
can you please ping that in the notes, please, because somebody all can answer that one. If you say the answer, they will get no one.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
right. Can you please ping me in the chat box, Ramya? If required, if
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I'll give you a doubt
Yeah, yeah.
session. You can just unmute at that time and you can answer. You can question. Okay, guys, I'll show you the document tomorrow if required. What happened? Where is that my doc? Okay, guys. Yeah, what is validation and why it is called as dynamic, guys? I want answer like that. What is verification and why it is called as dynamic? Yes, yes, guys. Few of them are answered wrong way. I just now I told you guys what is verification and why it is called as dynamic. Why it is called as dynamic, guys? Yes, because frequently changes will happen. Don't confuse, guys. Dynamic is different, and why it is called verification is called as static, guys. Why verification is called as static? Why verification is called as static? Yes, no frequent changes will happen because that completely what? That is completely, yes, absolutely correct. Yes, that is completely dynamic changes. And one more question for you guys. Okay, one more question for you guys. So yesterday we discussed about SDLC, right? Yesterday we discussed about SDLC, right? It's simple thing. Yesterday we discussed about SDLC, right, guys? So in that, what is the use of support and maintenance team? What they will use? What is the use of support and maintenance team? Important question, guys. This is what is the use of support and maintenance team? Here it is. Guys, answer. What is the use of support and maintenance team? Only yes, only one, two. Okay, now yes, now I'm getting the answers. Yes. What is the use of support and maintenance team? Absolutely correct answer. Yes, guys. Good going. Okay. 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 Good going, guys. Good going. So, okay. I couldn't able to find the document. I need to download that from where it is. I couldn't able to see. I've saved it somewhere. Okay, fine. Guys, I'll show that document for you tomorrow. Okay, let it stay today for like this. Okay, I've been searching for that one. The share document. I'll share the document also for you all guys through the mails. Okay, we have an uh, theory part of that complete manual theory part is there in the document. I'll share the document to you. Okay, so meanwhile, see, so this is what about verification and validation and software testing here, right? So let me say one more point here, guys. Okay, let me say one more point here. So yesterday we discussed about SDLC, right? What are the SDLC phases and what we have done and what is that everything. Okay, yesterday we discussed about SDLC case, simple thing. Okay, now today's now let's discuss about SDLC models, guys. Okay, today let us discuss about SDLC models, means software. Okay, software development model. Okay, software development models here, guys. Let us discuss about SDLC models here. So see, guys, once again I'm repeating, any company will have the same activity. What are they? Requirement gathering, BRSSRS preparation, analyzing, project plan, designing. Okay, designing. Okay, coding, testing, and support and maintenance. Okay, so now what is the sequential model? Okay, what is the sequential model, right? What are this, sorry, what is the software development model? In that, what are we have? We development models here. One is sequential model. Okay, one is sequential model. Consider it here, guys. And other one is, see, don't think that these are just the theory part. We don't need to have just math idea. But guys, if you want to get a certification in IS2PB, or else if you want to go through the written test for the manuals, this part, this theory part is very, very important, guys. Don't neglect this as just a theory part, not practically what we are doing. Okay, if you want to go through a certification, or if you want to go through a written test, some companies will conduct written test in the manuals, right? Written test to the manual. This theory part is very important, guys. So don't think that this is just theory part and don't neglect here. Okay, so software development models we are discussing into here. We have two types of software development models here. Okay, we have two types of software development models. One is sequential model, other one is incremental model, guys. Okay, one is sequential model and other one is incremental model, guys. Then what is the sequential and what is this incremental model? The question comes, what is sequential and what is incremental model? So if you concentrate clearly, the name itself is saying, right, what is sequential and what is incremental, right? See, I'll see you. For small size project and small size requirement, we go for sequential model. When we go for sequential model is nothing but what? Means step by step activity. Okay, sequential model is nothing but what? Step by step activity here. So when we go with the sequential model, guys, when we go with the sequential model here, for small size project, okay, for small size project, right, concentrate here, right, for small size project and see, concentrate here, and small size requirements, right? For small size project and small size requirement, we go for what? We go with sequential model, guys. And when we go with incremental model is nothing but it is part by part or module by module, guys. Okay, part by part, or else we can say it as module by module. Okay, part by part, or else we can say it as module by module. And for big size project, right, see here, for big size projects, consider here, for big size projects and big size requirements, right? For big size project and big size requirement, we go for the incremental module. Consider here, guys, software development models. We have two types of development models here. What are they? One is sequential model and other one is incremental model, guys. Okay, one is sequential model, another one is incremental module. Okay, sequential model is nothing but step by step activity, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, right? Step by step activity. It is nothing but sequential model. It means step by step activity. Sequentially, it will happen step by step, right? And this can be handled by which type of projects here? For small size of project and small size requirement, we go for, okay, we go for what? We go for sequential model, right? We go for sequential model here, right? See, consider here. For small size project and small size requirement, we go for sequential model. And for big size projects and big size requirements here, okay, and big size projects and big size requirements, we go for, okay, we go for incremental model, guys. Incremental model means what? Part by part or module by module. Okay, incremental model means what? Part by part or module by module. Okay. See, when we go for sequential model here, guys, whenever we are working for a small size project or small size requirement, we just generally go for part by part or module, sorry, step by step activity. Then we go for what? Sequential model. For big size project, then we go for an incremental model. Example, guys, we got, I can say we have HDFC Bank project, okay, or Citibank project we got like this, okay. One project is HDFC Bank and Citibank project. Okay, let me take it as HDFC Bank. Okay, one more project I got it as, let me take it as a small thing here. It is one of the, okay, let me take it as this online IT Vidya. Okay, online IT Vidya. See, compared to HDFC Bank, right, online IT Vidya Institute is bit smaller one, right, compared to HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank means what? Is a worldwide big very big bank here it is, right, or else HSBC we can say. HSBC, it is the number one bank here, right? Is this a big project or small project? It is a very big project, right? What it is this one? It is a very big project. For such type of project, right, we go for what? We go for incremental model, guys. Okay, for such type of product we go for what? We go for incremental model. And coming to online IT Vidya, it is bit less compared to the HSBC Bank. So that is, let us assume that this is a small size project and we go for what? We go for sequential model. Okay, we go for this one like a sequential model, step by step activity. Here we go. Okay, here we go with some step by step activity here. So this is what about sequential model and incremental model. Clear, guys? Clear with the models? And when we go with sequential and incremental, is it clear for you? Okay, simple thing, guys. Simple. See, for both projects, implementation activities will be same, guys. Whether it is a HSBC or online activity or anything, whether it is a sequential model, whether it is incremental model, guys, implementation activities are same. That means requirement gathering, designing, coding, testing, everything will be same. All implementation activities will be same here, guys. But only difference here is that, as it is a big size project, for example, HSBC Bank is a big size project, we can't collect the requirement at a time. Okay, it's a very big size project, guys. So do you think can we collect the requirements at a time? It is highly impossible. The business analyst can't collect the requirement at a time. So first what he do, he go to the client and he will collect only first 20%. Example I'm saying, assume that he will collect only first 20% of an application of the requirement. Okay, first he will collect only first 20% of a requirement. Okay, then this 20% is implemented. Okay, this 20% is 20% of a requirement and this 20% is implemented. Then after implementation, okay, this 20% is implemented, then again he will collect another 20% again the very next day or next week. Okay, again he will implement 20% again the next day 20% or 30% he will collect. Like that he will collect the requirements module by module, right, or part by part. He will collect the requirements module by module or part by part. Why? Because as it is a big size project, we can't collect the requirement at a time. Even though if we have collected, we can't do all the requirement at a time. That need to be divided as a module by module or part by part. So for small size project and small size requirement, we go for sequential model. Okay, for big size project and big size requirement, we go for incremental model. Clear, guys? Clear? So under sequential model, again we have two types, guys. So let me say about types of sequential model. Okay, types of sequential model, right? Types of sequential model here, guys. So what are the types of sequential model here, guys? First one here it is waterfall model. Okay, first one here it is waterfall model, and second one here it is V model. Okay, again we have two types of sequential model here, guys. First one is a waterfall model and second one is a V model. And we have again the types of, now let us discuss about the types of incremental model, guys. Okay, incremental model, types of incremental model, guys. What are the types of incremental model, guys? Here first one is a rad model. Okay, rad stands for what? Rapid application development. Okay, rad stands for what, guys? Here rapid application development, guys. Rapid application development. So first one is a rad model, right? Second one is a prototype model, right? Prototype model, consider it here, guys. The second one is a prototype model, and third one here we go with this. Okay, and third one here we go with the spiral model, and the fourth one and the most advantageous and the most advanced one and advantageous one and mostly used nowadays one, that is nothing but agile model. Okay, it is nothing but the agile model here. So once again I repeat, for small size project and small size requirement we go for the sequential model. Okay, for big size project and big size requirement we go for the incremental model, guys. Okay, we go for the incremental model. So under sequential model again we have two types. What are they, guys? One is waterfall model, another one is a V model here. Okay, and again under incremental model we have again three types. What are they here? Rad model. Okay, rad model, prototype model, spiral model, and agile model. Agile model is the most important and very advanced one here, guys. Okay, so now let us discuss about the waterfall model and the V model first. Okay, the waterfall model and the V model first. Okay, first one here it is waterfall model. Okay, first let us discuss about waterfall model. Okay, waterfall model and V model first. Now tell me, guys, now tell me, I'll just stop sharing my screen here. Now first question, guys, when we go for sequential model, guys, when we go for the sequential model, tell me, guys, when we go for the sequential model, I want answer from everyone. Question. Okay, for small size projects and still, when we go for the sequence, don't see my screen. When we go for the sequential model, okay, how many types of sequential models we have? Only few of them are answering. Yes, Ramya. Yes, Srinivas. Yes, Shivlila. Balu. Yes, correct. Subbu. Punam. Yes, Srinivas. Anusha. Good going. Yes, Lakshmi Murthy. Yes, yes, again. Yes, Neha. Yes, Ramya. Yes, guys. Okay, so how many types we have? Two types again. What are they in that again? What are the sequential models again? What are the two types here, guys? Yes, waterfall model and V model. Exactly. Everybody. Yes, Nandita. Yes, everybody's asked. Everybody is good going. Yes, good going. Okay, and you can answer from all three. Triveni, Sanju, Nandita, Sri, Rima. Again, Sai Krishna, Sri. Again, yes, Subbu. Yes, good guys, good guys. And when we go for incremental model, when we go for incremental model, next question here it is. When we go for the incremental model, yes, big size projects and still big size projects and yes, still for big size project and yes, big size requirements, right? For big size project and big size requirement, we go for what? we go for incremental model. Yes, now see here we go, here we have a document here I shared here guys, right? For big size project and big size requirement, we go for the incremental model. See here guys, I'll show you. So this is what about we discussed today about the verification and validation. Okay, left side part is called as what? Verification. Can you see my screen guys, all of you? Right, left side part is called as a verification and right side part is called as a validation. Don't worry guys, we are going to share this document to you all people. Once the manual theoretical part is completed, I'll share this document for you all. Okay, now see here, after this one, now we are discussing about SDLC lifecycle models, right? Software development lifecycle models. What are they? Sequential model and incremental model, or other name we call it as what? Iterative model also. Okay, iterative model also. Under sequential model again we have waterfall model and V model. Okay, under incremental or iterative model we have RAD model, that is rapid application development model, prototype model and spiral model. Okay, model and spiral model. See, concentrate here. Okay, concentrate here. Again, under sequential model we have waterfall model and V model. So now let us discuss about waterfall model guys. Okay, let us discuss about waterfall model. See, can you see the steps here? Can you see the steps here? User requirements, system requirements, HLD design, low level design, coding, testing, delivering. Here we have one by one, one by one by. Can you see the steps here? Right? See, that means what? How the flow is looking like. Is that looking like a waterfall or not? Requirement gathering, designing, coding. Just is it looking like a waterfall? Then from the hill station, it is falling down like a water, right? He assumed that some water is there and it is to falling down from a hill station like a water, right? So it is looking like a waterfall model, right? Means it is looking like a waterfall. See, I'll write one by one, just looking, that's why it is given as waterfall model. So I'll write one by one each and every point here, waterfall module. Okay, first point here for waterfall model here is, so we are discussing the first model in the sequential model, that is nothing but waterfall model here. Okay, and first point here in the waterfall model here guys, it is just like an SDLC process. Okay, first point here it is same as, okay, it is same as SDLC process. Okay, it is same as SDLC process. Why it is same as SDLC process guys? Concentrate here, observe the diagram here. If you concentrate thoroughly, observe the diagram here, right? Concentrate here. If you concentrate thoroughly, see, observe the diagram here. First requirement gathering, then designing, then coding, then testing and delivering. And step by step it is happening just like SDLC process or not? Tell me guys, is it happening just like SDLC process or not? Yes, it is happening just like a SDLC process. So that's why it is called as what? Right? It is called as what? That's why it is called as what? SDLC process. Okay? It is called as an SDLC process. And second one is what? And second point here, it is well suitable for, okay, it is well suitable for what? It is well suitable for, okay, it is well suitable for small size projects, right? Small size projects and small size requirement. That's all we have studied just now. Okay, small size project and small size requirement. Why? Because obviously it is a sequential model, it will get well suited for what? Small size project and small size requirement guys. Okay, and third point here is, in this model we do what? Step by step activity, right? In this model we do what? It is nothing but it is a step by step activity. Okay, what is this one guys? It is nothing but step by step activity guys. Okay, what it is guys? It is nothing but it is a step by step activity here. Okay, see, just now we discussed right about software test. Fourth point here, just now we discussed about software testing, that it is nothing but verification and validation. Correct? It is nothing but a process of what we discussed, a process of verification and validation, right? And here coming to the fourth point of waterfall model, see, waterfall model we do only validation here, no verification is done. Okay, only we do validation here, no verification is done. Why guys? Why no verification is done? Means no need of, okay, means what is it? No need of verifying the document here. Why? Because while developing we no need to test anything here. Why? Because as it is a small size project, requirements will be very clear. So there is no need of verification directly. There is no need of verification here. Directly we can validate the application. Okay, why again all the time checking all those, checking done by coding, the checking done at the HLE level, checking done at the planning level. No need of checking all the time here. Only directly we can do validation here. Why? Because a very small size project, guys. Why to waste our time by verifying and validating all the time? Directly we can validate here. Okay, directly we can validate here. So there is no verification, guys, in waterfall model. Only we have validation. Why? Means what is the purpose? Why only validation? Because for small size projects, okay, for small size project or small size requirement, okay, small size project or small size requirements will be very clear. Okay, for small size projects requirements will be very clear. Understood why there is no need of verification, guys? As requirements will be very clear, no need to verify all the time. Directly we can test the application. Okay, directly we can test the application. Last but not least, the last point here it is, guys, about waterfall model. That is nothing but the last point here. It is nothing but simple. It is named as, why this point, last point, it is because it is named as a waterfall model. Why? Because why it is named as a waterfall model here, guys? Flow of activity looks like what? Flow of activity looks like what? Looks like a waterfall. Right? See, observe the diagram here. Is that it is not looking like a waterfall, guys? See, somewhere here it is a mountain hill station, right? From hill station, the water is falling down here to the bottom. Right? Is that not looking like a waterfall, guys? Absolutely correct. Yes, it is looking like a waterfall. Right? It is looking like a waterfall here. So that's why it is called as what? That's why it is called as waterfall model. Okay, that's why it is called as a waterfall model. I heard that, I'm not sure, I heard that some of the interview, one of my friends, one of my colleagues has been started interviewing that one. One of the girl, he answered why this is named as a waterfall model. The interview, someone asked, right, in one of the interview, some other person has faced this problem, guys. See, in one interview, as we are all from the interview panel, so one of my colleague has faced this problem. See here. See, the question asked is, it is why it is named as a waterfall model, and the girl answered that silly answer such that he got shocked, it seems. See why she has answered, how the way she's answered. See here what she answered. The person who developed this waterfall model had sat in front of the waterfall and developed. That's why he has given a name as waterfall. How silly answer she has given in the interview. See, and no doubt that person, she has been terminated from the interview and they have not even selected it since. So this is what happens, guys. Don't give such a silly answer. If you don't know the answer, say it as don't know. Is that a silly thing? The person who is developing the waterfall model sitting in front of a waterfall and developed, so that's why he has given a name as a waterfall. Does that make any sense with the answer? No, right? So this is what happens, guys. Don't try to give such an answer. If you don't know, simply say it as I don't know. But don't give such a silly answers that everybody's mind will get blocked with that answers. Okay. Once again, I'm saying why it is given a name. Simple thing, guys. Why it is given a name as waterfall means flow of activities looks like a waterfall. That's why it is given a name as what? It is given a name as waterfall. Guys, if you don't know the answer, say it as don't know, but don't give such a silly answers to the interviewer, guys. You'll get shocked and you'll not even selected or you will be terminated permanently from there. Okay, so make sure while giving an answer, right? So once again, I repeat. So under sequential models, we have SDLC model two types. What are they? Sequential and incremental model. Okay, and again under sequential model, we have again two types: waterfall model and V model. So today up to now we discussed about only one model, that is waterfall model. So let me say you the points of waterfall model one by one. It is same as SDLC process. See here, gathering requirements, HLE, LLD preparation, coding, testing and delivering. That means what? It is same as SDLC process. Okay, and it is well suitable for small size project and small size requirements here. Okay, small size project and small size requirements here. And it is nothing but it is a step-by-step activity, right? First requirements gathering, then designing, then coding, then testing, and then delivering. That means what? Step-by-step activity here it is. Okay, it is nothing but step-by-step activity. And here We do only validation in the waterfall model, not verification is not at all required. Why? Because see, for any small size project, no need to verify and no need to validate twicely, right? No, so better stop verifying everything directly. We can validate the application. Okay, directly we can validate the application. So no need of verification for waterfall model. Why? Because as it is a small size projects, obviously requirements will be very clear of, right? It will be very clear, so that no need to do verification here. Directly we can go with the validation. And the last but not least, the last point here, it is why it is given the name as waterfall model, because the flow of activity looks like a waterfall. Okay, the flow of activity looks like a waterfall. So this is what about waterfall model, guys. Okay, so tomorrow we can discuss about the remaining models, very important, guys, for certification purpose and interviewing purpose. So don't miss. And even in real time also, if they process the waterfall model, you should have a knowledge on this one. Okay, so very important, guys. Tomorrow we can discuss about the remaining models over here. Up to now, is it clear, guys? Do you have any queries to ask? Guys, is it clear? Please respond me. Any queries to ask? If no queries, yes, thank you, guys. Any queries? So guys, once again I'm repeating. So we are starting we are just in the starting stage only. We are starting a manual testing completely for free of cost, guys. Okay, completely for free of cost. Please do inform to as many friends as you can. Okay, as many friends as you can. Please do inform to join them, so that they even can learn for the free of cost, right? And guys, I want to add one more point. From today's session onwards, you're not going to get the recordings, guys. You'll get only the notes information. If you want recordings of this session, guys, you can just ping to this number. Then that guy will provide you the response for you. Okay. So from today onwards, you're not going to get any recordings. You'll just get only the class notes, guys. Okay. If you want recordings, you just call to this number. 8143353888, or else you can ping to this number. This guy will provide you the answer for that. Okay, and he will provide you the recordings, and he will provide you the notes and all. Notes you will get for sure, and recordings, for recording you contact to this person. Okay, so guys, we are providing it completely free of cost. Please do inform to as many friends as you can. And I'm sure, don't think that as it is a free of cost, we'll just give a basics. I'm going to cover each and every topic thoroughly, clearly, along with the live project also. Okay, along with the live project, and that live project we are going to discuss completely with the agile process, guys. Not just like not this, or completely with the advanced agile scrum process. We are going to discuss our live project. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the grooming sessions also, how the grooming sessions will be conducted, and I'm going to explain you the tools also, guys. Here I'm going to tell you the test link. Okay, Bugzilla, Redmine, and Backlog. Like that, I'm going to explain you the tools also. Okay, completely for free of cost. We'll explain you the tools. Okay, and we'll explain you the information about complete live project and all. Please do inform to all of your friends, as many as you can. Okay, guys, and we even go and start our automation batch also. After completion of our part of manual, we even start our automation batch also, guys. Okay, so first of all, be thorough and completely understood the concept of all the manual, guys.